Late nights, early mornings, he stays on the grind. Looking past the rate sheet for the value you'll find. He listens, he hustles, he speaks with intent. Every signature.
Hey, good morning and welcome to What's Up with Real Estate. And hey, it's Sunday, not Saturday. And so this is a live show. And you know what? Anything can happen. And well, it did. Yesterday we had a little technology tantrum. And but today we're live, we're audible, and we're ready to go. Short, a little humility. Okay, come on. Tell us what you want to say. Okay.
All right, here's what I want to say.
Go ahead.
We're going to dive straight into the real deal now. No muted brilliance, just loud and clear insights.
That's right. Mortgage rates just hit a multi-month. I've been practicing that. Multi-month high. Sellers are cutting prices, and nearly 500,000 homes have come back on the market in January. All this and more news you can use for week ending March 27, 2026. I'm your host, Mortgage Mac. That's first name Mortgage, last name Mac, and we build relationships with buyers and real estate agents to help everyone win, along with my favorite co-host, your favorite co-host, her favorite co-host, everyone's favorite co-host, ChatGPT 5.2. So say hi.
Well, hello, everyone. I promise I've got my volume on today, and I'm thrilled to help us all win. Let's jump right in.
Yes, let's jump right in. And speaking of volume, let's actually check that before we go through the whole show. Please give me one moment, please. One moment.
Take your time. I'm not going anywhere. We've got plenty of show to deliver once we're loud and clear.
Let's see.
All right, sounds like we're good to go. Let's make
There
this
we go. There we go. We have volume. Mortgage rates are back up, and they didn't just stretch, they jumped. According to Mortgage News Daily, 30-year fixed rates have climbed to around 6.6, reaching their highest level in 7 to 8 months. This move is being driven by global instability, specifically the Iran conflict pushing oil prices higher and bond markets lower, which in turn pushes mortgage rates up. In Houston, we're still seeing activity, but affordability is tightening. And we're going to have a special report on Houston after an event, the Houston Dealmakers, that we attended this week. So what's the real driver here? Are rates reacting more to inflation or global conflict, or both?
Honestly, it's a bit like a seesaw. Both inflation and global conflict are pushing down on either end. But right now, it's that geopolitical tension giving the bigger shove.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it's likely to change anytime soon. And mortgage rates are sort of doing their own usual mortgage routine, stretching upward again. And hey, if you're watching, would you buy now or wait for rates to drop? Please let us know and with a message. And while buyers are adjusting to higher rates, sellers are. Well, hundreds of thousands of homes vanished from the market, and now they're coming back. According to Redfin, and reporting by Melissa Dittman Tracy, nearly 450 homes that were delisted last year came back into the market just in January. And that is a record, folks. And this isn't just relisting, it's repositioning. Prices get reset, marketing gets refreshed, expectations. Well, I think, for many sellers, it was a humbling experience. And in Houston, we're seeing similar behavior, sellers testing the market, pulling listings and relaunching with better pricing and presentation, especially in suburban markets like Sugar Land and the Woodlands. So what typically goes wrong the first time a home doesn't sell?
Well, often the price is just a bit too ambitious, or the presentation isn't hitting the mark. Think bad photos or not enough marketing. And let's not forget, sometimes sellers just underestimate how picky buyers can be.
I used to work with a legend in the industry. I won't put any names, but I'll never forget being a new mortgage loan originator, hearing him say out of his office, "If it ain't selling, it ain't priced low enough."
Well,
I think there's a great deal of truth to that. What do you think, Sol?
oh, absolutely. A home priced right is like a perfect punchline. When it lands, everyone's happy. So yes, the truth is, pricing is everything.
A relisted home is basically the market saying, let's try that again, but let's do it honestly. Now, for a break from Rate.
Looking to purchase a new home? The Rate app from Guaranteed Rate has got you covered. Once you've downloaded the Rate app, click to log in and create your password. This will take you to the intro page. Click the gray Same Day or Home Loans tile, and then click the red Apply Now button. Then click Start a New Loan. Begin by telling us where you are in the home buying process. Typically, for a pre-approval, you will click What Can I Afford? From there, the Rate app will load a series of simple questions. Answer each one the best you can as you move along. Once you've completed the application, your loan officer will receive a notification so they can review your information and set up your personalized checklist. The Rate app even allows you to upload documents right from your phone. It's just that easy. And if you do get stuck or have any questions, just give us a call. We'll be sure to get your questions answered so we can get you one step closer to owning the home of your dreams. The Rate app from Guaranteed Rate, simplifying life's biggest purchase.
Hey, whether you're buying a refinance or just exploring options, the Rate app, well, let me tell you, it is the best mobile application in the mortgage industry. Nothing even comes close. World class. And to get your free copy, go to www.mortgagemac.com, download the free QR code, and be sure to choose Mac Blankenship, yours truly as your loan officer. So moving on to talking point number 3. Well, hey, 1 in 5 sellers is cutting their price. And in some markets, it's even worse. According to Realtor.com this week, 1 in 5 homes across multiple major metros saw price reductions in February. Texas was heavily represented. Dallas, 21%. Austin, 20%. San Antonio, 22.6. And this is sellers getting ahead of rising inventory. And in Houston, we're not immune. More inventory hitting the market, more competition, more price sensitivity. Buyers finally have leverage. And, we did a segment last week on how to know you're in a buyer's market. We encourage you to go to our YouTube channel at Mortgage Mac and check it out. So is this the start of truly a buyer's market? Is this a major shift? It would seem that everything that we've been looking at over the last year is we are really shifting into a different market in real estate that we maybe haven't experienced in quite some time. Truly a buyer's market.
It's definitely tilting that way. When sellers are cutting prices, buyers have more say. But we're not in full buyer's paradise yet, more like a tug of war. The key will be watching how long this inventory builds.
Yeah. The market normalizing, which is in economist language, mean nobody really agrees on what's happening. So moving on to this week's mortgage tip. And hey, think you only need a down payment to buy a home? That assumption has surprised and burned many a buyer expectation. I'm Mortgage Mac. If you want clear, no-nonsense mortgage advice, go ahead and subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss anything or any future episodes. So today we're going to talk about closing costs, because this is where preparation separates a smooth closing from a stressful one. Most buyers focus just on their down payment, but closing costs can go upwards of 2 to 5% of the purchase price, and they cover a lot more than people think. And here's a simple breakdown. Appraisal and credit report. Those are costs. Verifying the value of the property and verifying your financial profile. Title insurance, protecting the lenders and your interest in the property. Prepaid taxes and insurance to set up an escrow account so the mortgage company can pay your taxes and insurance when they are due, instead of you having to set that money aside. Home inspection is generally optional, but let's be honest, it is critical. Loan origination fees is the cost of structuring the loan and processing the loan for yours truly and my team. Escrow, attorney fees connected to handling the legal and closing process. Now, here's the part that most people miss. These costs aren't random, they're predictable, and the right strategy, sometimes you can even have the seller pay some. And that's why preparation matters, because buying a home should be a fun, memorable experience, not a surprise. And check out our nearly 200 5-star reviews at #MortgageMac. And I believe that you'll agree that many of our clients had fun, and many of our clients overcame together many challenges. And again, subscribe, and follow for more real world guidance from yours truly, Mortgage Mac. Moving on to This week's focus, and we, had an opportunity to attend the Houston Dealmakers event sponsored by Zonda. And I'll tell you, when you get builders, developers, and capital in the same room, you start to see what's really, really happening on the ground. And a big shout out to Team Zonda and everyone involved in Dealmakers here in Houston. It was a first class event, serious people, and serious conversations. Now, let's connect you to what the data is actually telling us. New home sales were down about 8.3% year over year. Annual starts are also down 7.6, while closings are also softening. Inventory is building with over 21,000 homes in inventory and rising month supply. That tells us one thing clearly. We are moving toward a balanced market. Median new home prices 357, up 13.7. However, existing home prices median price at 312, down 0.25. So, new construction is still commanding a premium, but resale is starting to soften. And here's the part that really stood out. Zonda is showing Houston is about 6.5% overvalued in 2026. Not a crash, not a bubble, but a market that seemingly is correcting itself. So, if you're buying, selling, or advising clients in Houston, this is the market you're stepping into. More inventory, more negotiation, and more opportunity. If you want help navigating strategically, not emotionally, reach out to yours truly, Mortgage Mac. Okay, so we have a new segment. It's called the War Report. And as we close with this week's War Report, we are reminded that these aren't just headlines or numbers. These are people. These are fathers. These are husbands. These are sisters. These are daughters. And we honor one life lost. We honor them all. Every number has a name. Every loss has a family. And it brings us to this week's Stoic quote. Moments like this, the world feels uncertain and often beyond our control. It's worth returning to some steady, time-tested Stoic wisdom. They believe that while we cannot control the chaos around us, we're fully responsible for how we respond to it. So,
as Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Let's carry that resilience forward.
And this week's Stoic quote deals specifically with war, and we are going to continue to deal with this subject from a Stoic viewpoint, a Stoic lens that, hey, wisdom, self-control, and justice and courage. And this week's Stoic quote is, never think that war, no matter how necessary nor how justified, is not a crime. Thank you. Okay, moving on to, well, let's be honest. If we stayed, moving from Stoic wisdom to, well, let's just say, maybe funny, maybe not funny. So let's see if we can lighten this up. Sol, are you ready?
I'm always ready. Whether we're stoic or cracking jokes, I'm here for it. Let's hear what you've got.
Okay, do you want to take on the first one? Can you see the first one?
I've got one ready for you. Why did the mortgage broker bring a ladder? Because they heard the race we're climbing and wanted a better view.
Okay, I like that one, but that's not the one that's on the screen. Let me play the one on the screen, and then we'll talk about it. All right? You ready?
What is that? The music?
You bet.
I'm sorry, is that the music?
I'll be ready.
Oh yeah, dude, that's my jam. What is that? The music? I'm sorry, is that music? Oh yeah, dude, that's my jam.
All right, that's the first one. So, hey, if you are watching, go to @MortgageMac on TikTok. Look, we do silly stuff on there. We do some serious stuff every once in a while, primarily silly stuff, so that we can laugh at ourselves. We believe laughter is the best cure for the doldrums. And so that's what we try to do on our TikTok channel. And oxygen and magnesium just bonded. So,
OMG. If that didn't give you a chuckle, well, you'll find plenty more of those on our TikTok. We keep it silly.
Yeah.
Because real estate can always use a little extra oxygen.
I worked on the sink all day, and now I'm drained.
Well, drained. And on that note, I think we've poured out all we can today. What a show.
No, wait. You're getting ahead of me again. Am I the host or you the host?
You're absolutely the host. I'm just the trusty sidekick.
You
Always
are
ready.
indeed a trusty sidekick, no doubt. All right, you want to take on this next one? The plot of The Lion King is rife with Simba.
Ah, that's right. It's just full of symbolism. I see what you did there, and that's a roaring good one.
Wisdom using their wands to take photos. Wizards using their wands to take photos.
Ha, yes. They're always going for the perfect magic shot. Even wizards know the importance of capturing the moment.
And you know what they say? No more pennies?
Because at this point, it's just common sense.
And you know how I roll with bad puns. That's how I roll.
And I'm right there with you, rolling with every punchline.
Thanks for
Let's-
joining us. Yeah, for this week's episode of What's Up with Real Estate. Sorry we're a day late. We are a live event, and let's just say we had some technological challenges yesterday, but we just don't let those things bother us. We just keep moving forward no matter what, knowing that if we do the right thing every single day, everything else will take care of itself. And we believe that we have a responsibility and a role in the public place to serve the public. And a big thank you to our sponsors, Rate and List Reports. And if you find value in today's discussion, please subscribe, follow, and share this episode with someone who could benefit from staying informed. And if you want a plan, not a pitch, call yours truly, Mortgage Mac. And remember, knowledge is the key to making the best decisions for you and your clients. Join us here every Saturday at 10 a.m. right here on LinkedIn and Facebook. And until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and I'll see you at closing. So,
And with that, I'll sign off as your trusty co-host. Until next time, keep those deals and smiles rolling.